Good morning. Welcome back. My name is Jen and welcome to my garden. It is blistering hot today and it's only going to get hotter. So today and tomorrow is going to be all about getting things planted in the ground, watered in, and ready for the heat wave. And if you haven't already, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and leave a heart emoji if you're liking this content that I'm making. Also, leave a comment below and let me know what kind of video you want me to make next. Before I get into planting as much as possible before the heat really settles in, I noticed that my blueberry bush is ready to be harvested. I'm so excited. I love this blueberry bush. It just gives and gives. Once it starts, it doesn't stop. So I want to make sure that I collect all the blueberries that are ready. Husband's going to be so excited when he comes home because he loves blueberries. So it'll be a good treat for him. All right, let's go ahead and get started. First up is tackling this little section of the driveway bed. Just for reference, over here is the patio area. So this bed goes right along the driveway, and it does need a lot of work. I do believe this tree will have to come down eventually. We'll talk about that another day. All right, so I do have some things that are growing in here that I want to suppress. So this is going to be a couple-step process. The first step is going to be, I'm going to lay a whole bunch of cardboard down in this area, putting a winterberry shrub right about here. I'm going to plant it right about here. Yes, there is landscape fabric. I've pulled out as much as I can. I'm ignoring it. It is what it is. Don't use landscape fabric. It doesn't work anyway. So what I am going to do is get a whole bunch of cardboard, bring it over here, lay it down, get the winterberry over here, put that in the spot, and I'm going to kind of cardboard around it. Then we're going to get some topsoil down at the bottom of the property and do a little layer of topsoil just because this washes out pretty intensely. This whole area washes out. So I'm going to lay a little bit of soil down. Then I'm going to possibly do some more cardboard. Not sure yet. I'm going to see how this goes, but the final layer is going to be compost, which we do have in the back of the pickup truck. And then after that, hopefully tomorrow, husband and I can come through and mulch this area. I don't want to mulch it right now. It's just too hot. I just want to get the plant in the ground, get this area prepped for mulch. But it's going to take, like I said, a couple of steps. So let's go ahead, go over to the pile of cardboard. That is in the shade. Yay! Pull off any tape, any tags, anything that doesn't biodegrade. I thought as I was ripping and tearing at tape, I could sit down and have a little chat with you. So what this cardboard is for is, of course, to suppress weeds and plants in the garden bed. And this is called the no-till method. The no-till method, I believe, was created by a gardener over in England. His name is Monty Don. So this method, what you do, and I know that you've seen this in past videos, I go ahead and I use this underneath a layer of just mulch. I have found that this does suppress weeds very well. There is no way to completely get rid of weeds forever. Don't even think that's an option. But the nice thing about this is it does help suppress weeds. I do use newspaper as well, and I make sure that the newspaper, if it does have ink on it, because I know there were some comments on one of my shorts, if there is ink on it, as long as it's easily tearable paper, I did some research, that is okay. And I'm not using enough newspaper to poison the ground. I'm just using a little bit to suppress weeds. So if you're not comfortable using newspaper with any ink on it, that colored ink, I should say, that's fine. You do you. But my husband and I are more than comfortable using a little bit of newspaper. The weekly ads that come to our house for like the local grocery store, it's easily tearable. It's not that hard cardstock, if that makes sense. That newspaper is okay to use. I'm using it in small amounts. It does suppress the weeds, but it totally disintegrates. It's amazing how quickly it disintegrates, which is why I want to make sure that I do a couple of layers to really make sure that we're suppressing weeds. I want to make sure that we're overlapping any gaps. Like right here is a gap. See that? So we want to make sure that when we're layering cardboard, we're putting more cardboard over here, because those weeds, they're stinkers. Ugh, dang weeds. And of course, what is a weed? A weed is just an invasive plant that you do not want in the location that it's growing. This is kind of nice sitting underneath the tree. So I hope everybody is doing well. And I know that I mentioned earlier in the video, if you could please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to know what kind of content you're enjoying, what kind of content you want me to make. I can also do decluttering and organizing because I love to declutter and organize, much to my husband's dismay. He likes stuff and I don't like stuff. So when I declutter, he gets a little antsy. I try not to get rid of any of his things, but sometimes well, for the most part, if we're decluttering any of his stuff, we'll do it together. Once it cools off, the sheds definitely need some attention because they are just messy. They need tidied. I need to go through things. And I do believe that we are going to have somebody come in, work on the little shed just a little bit. It's really old. It's falling apart, and I like the size of it. It's just a little itty bitty shed. It holds all of my outdoor gardening paraphernalia. So I do want to get that fixed because the roof is really looking bad and one of the eaves needs some assistance. Again, if you want to see any decluttering videos inside or outside, please let me know. And if you have any gardening questions, you can also leave a comment below and ask your question, and I will be more than happy to answer them and share how I handle said gardening situation. Let's go back to the cardboard and the no-till method. So where my husband works, he gets pallets of cardboard for free. So that is how we've collected all this cardboard. He lets the people know he needs a pallet or two each year, or 3 or 4, and they go ahead and throw it in the back of his pickup truck, and he comes home and dumps it here. So the other, I know I mentioned earlier, there are a couple ways that you do the no-till method. So the traditional Monty Don way of no-till is you lay lots of cardboard down, layer, layer, layer. You want to take compost and put 6 inches of compost over top of the cardboard. And then you plant in that 6 inches of compost. And then you top with the mulch of your choice. Cricket. Cricket. Another way that you could get cardboard boxes is contact your local grocery store and ask them to save you some boxes. I also wanted to share how much I am enjoying making these videos and how therapeutic it is for me to create the video and edit the video. It really keeps my creativity going. So that is awesome. Of course, with my FTJ full-time job, there are going to be some times where I just can't do both. Plus, the weather has been so wacky wild. I don't know what to say about the weather. It is just ridiculous. The heat is affecting some of my plants. I'm doing the best I can, but you know, sometimes you don't have the time, energy, or bandwidth to keep up with things. So yeah, I'm probably gonna lose a dogwood tree in the front. I mean, it's 4 years old, and now it's dying on me for no reason. It's just so weird. I think we have a pretty good pile here. We're gonna go back over to the garden bed just right over here, and I'm going to lay down a couple layers of cardboard. At this point, I did start to have some side effects to the heat. I was hydrating and taking breaks. However, it was so hot, I was really starting to not feel well. As you can see, we are into the next day. I did suffer from minor heat exhaustion, so husband offered to step in and help finish off this project. So he is using our handy dandy Kubota subcompact tractor, and he is laying out some compost, and then he's going to spread that out with a rake, and then the next step will be to add mulch. I really am very grateful that he was willing to step in and finish off this project. I was hiding and recording all of this underneath the shade of the tree. Now husband is going to start scooping and laying out mulch. Mulching is such hard work, but it really does pay off. It just makes all of the plants pop and makes the flower beds look finished. Here's the finished product. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!